Good afternoon and welcome to Midweek Mix-Up and WandrinDutch YouTube channel. I was given the opportunity to work with Joe from Song of Iron to preview his upcoming game, Song of Iron, on PC, Steam, which is where I'm playing this today. Now, I've worked and interviewed Joe a couple of times now regarding the game. So I was delighted that I was given the opportunity to preview this game before you can get your hands on it. A demo will be arriving shortly. I had the opportunity to play through that demo and work this to the public. Now, my initial impressions I'll give you throughout the course of this video. First and foremost, I love the combat feel and the sneak of the game. My initial overall feelings of the game are that of inside, the kind of especially the artwork, the feel and the ambience of the game was extremely on point. Again, the enemies, as much as I might look initially like I'm making it a breeze, I can guarantee a lot of people will die pretty much straight away on a lot of these enemies. It's not as easy until you get the hang of the kind of combat. You see me initially at that opening stage doing a run and jump kick, which is a few buttons combined to be able to do that, as are the bow and arrows. So the bow and arrows, you hold down the left trigger, you use the right analog stick to select the angle, as you can see here, and then you press X to fire. You hold down the RB to collect your arrows again, and then if you want to pick up the additional weapons or armor or shields from the enemy, you press RB. Again, you can sneak past enemies here stealthily. You just hold down the left analog stick, don't press it down, you just hold downwards on the left analog stick. Climbing is also pretty straightforward, so you just hold down the RB, you press A to jump. Again, unfortunately there I missed out on the sneak attack there, so the enemies were alerted and they come out in their droves. Fortunately, 3 headshots with a bow and arrow clears them out. You have to be careful on some of these segments. Of course, I'm not always careful, and I do get wiped out. And you can easily get wiped out. Right here, that was a bit of an intentional move there. You can't sneak past, you just have to wait for them to look in a different direction and sneak past them. But again, a couple of bow and arrows and that gets out of the way. The cart movement here. So you hold down on the RB and you can pull the cart to the desired location. Again, you can also, on the opposite side, push the cart and go to the opposite location. I did, of course, encounter a few little hiccups with Joe, which we've kind of ironed out through it, where certain objects wouldn't move or get caught on environments, etc. But those are being ironed out and will be ironed out before you get your hands on the demo. The overall feel of the game, like I mentioned there, was spot on. The ambience and the storytelling isn't done through kind of words. It's done through the environment and the characters that you meet, and what you kind of experience around you. So initially you start off where the village has been attacked, and obviously one of the younger members of the village there, or family members, you find on the ground. And you have to try and escape and find out what's happened to the village. As you can see here, because I've alerted those to a campfire, which you cannot avoid, several of the guards come. But again, fortunately I have mastered the art of the bow and arrow. This box you have to be gentle with. A few very gentle tugs will pull it out of the cave. Now there's a reason you need this, and it's not just to be able to climb to certain locations. There are secret weapons hidden around the levels, and you might miss them if you don't explore. So it does give you a reason to explore. So here we find the heavy axe. Ooh. Oh, there we go, pick it back up again. So now we have the heavy axe, the two-handed axe, as opposed to a single-handed axe. And there we go. Don't need to push that box a little bit further forward. The lighting in this game is absolutely spot on. I love the shadow effects. The artwork on the game is brilliant. If you see here, they're kind of going into certain locations and the shadows that come off. It's absolutely beautiful. Of course, you've got the Nordic ruins there on the side, with the campfire kind of glistening off all the art and the smoke kind of billowing up. And of course, to progress, climb up the wall and continue. You do have a stamina bar there, and heavy attacks, as well as running does deplete that stamina bar. Another thing I loved about this game is both the sound and the music. The chap he's working with for the music is absolutely beautiful. Very fitting with the game. I can't wait to hear more of the soundtrack as it goes on. I have requested that there will be some kind of stealth kill option in there, and I know Joe is going to be working on trying to implement that going forward. So fingers crossed. Of course, climbing up that ridge there to assassinate him stealthily would have been awesome, but unfortunately I just triggered him and ended up in a little duel where I got kicked off the ledge. So another heavy axe there into that section, and go through, kill the first guy at the campfire here. But there are more guards who come creeping out of the woodwork that you have to combat. Let's run away. Two of them with a headshot. Can't see me killing anybody because I'm behind a tree, but everyone's dead there, so let's collect my arrows and move on. Again, the Nordic ruin there on the side of the tree. The campfires, of course, illuminating the foreground and the distance and the trees nearby. And then going into that feel that you get from inside again, with that greys and blacks and whites, all contrasting there. Then you get this sneaky feeling here with all the Viking longships by the lake. Now, I tried this one time, kind of just sprinting through the water, thinking that the guy at the background wouldn't see me, but he does actually pick it up. So on this occasion, I've kind of crouched and sneaked through the water, so it just take me a little bit longer to get across, but it didn't alert him, so he didn't come across and kind of instigate a fight. So it was very sneaky on the second go around. The water effect is something that Joe's worked hard on, and it does show, of course, with the rippling and the reflections of kind of the scenery and everything like that. It looks very, very beautiful, and again in keeping with the style of the game. Now we go into a cave network here, and this is where it gets interesting. Now don't be fooled by the single take I've got through here, because it wasn't a single take. Let's be brutally honest. It took me a few times to take this guy down, but for the purpose of this video, I have kept it shorter, and kind of showed you defeating this first mini boss first time around. The mini boss is not easy. You can't go in there gung ho. You will get yourself mauled. Bow and arrow to the head brings him to his knees, so you have to kind of bear that in mind as a quick tactical guide there. And you have to be very, very, very good with the bow and arrow. As you saw there, just wipes you out, no problem. So make sure you know how to roll. Make sure you know how to sprint away, because he will just bash you down and wear you out very quickly. As he's shown there. Like, my health depletes very quickly when I'm doing this. Another shot to the head there. Give him a couple of goes. good wallop. As you can see, my health went all the way down there. And there he goes. He's out for the count. And that's the end of the demo that I've been given to play. Now, I would absolutely urge everybody to look into this and play this. This has got so much potential. And even the brief glimpse and snippets that I've played so far, I can see just how much can be done with this game and how much work Joe's put into it. Of course, there's a lot more to come. There's different environments, different puzzles, different areas, different enemies, different weapons, magic enhancements on weapons and the bow and arrow and the axes. As you can see there by the background picture with his flaming axe. There is a lot more to come. Unbelievably excited after playing this to get my hands on it, and I can't wait to play more. Be sure to follow Joe on Twitter at Song of Iron, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.